Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you guys have had a fantastic day, night, wherever you're tuning in from. We are back at it. Had a busy week, so I haven't been on the stream as much personally, but I have been taking some trades. It's been a challenging week. We've taken the odd loss. Is what it is. That's really all there is to it. Not too much time spent dwelling on that. And we move forward looking for some nice positions. Let's recap what's been going on with GBP USD here since I popped in my trade, all right? So, sorry, I got one of my monitors over here, so if I'm tilted this way, looking at the other one. Okay, so to break down what this position is, I ended up let me recap a little bit further. So, yesterday, not sure exactly what time was off the top of my head. I can check here, but I feel like this usually isn't that accurate. Early in the morning, woke up. Well, I guess it was shortly before like 8:30. Hop on this pair, like the setup, see a clean trend line breakout. We see a nice break, pullback already, and it looks like it's starting to come down. I did check the news, and I saw that it was coming out, and I don't know why. As soon as it started to make that move a little bit stronger, I felt like, okay, it's time to go, and I kind of just spaced that news was coming out. And then right after I entered, we saw the news, and we just lost. So it's just one of those ones where, yeah, shit happens, right? Overall setup's good, poor timing on my part. Like I just, spaced that, and that type of thing could happen. So it is what it is. We learn from that and try and just be more attentive, right? Since then, I ended up hopping in another trade. Same setup, same type of position. A little bit of a better entry. Could have been better than that, but still decent. And yeah, same idea was the whole goal with this trade, right? We had that trend line breakout, looking for that move to come on down further. So that's why I hopped in the sell. And then after that entry, it pulled back up a little bit, started to come back down, made some profit on the way down a little bit further, got up to around 2.5% profit. And then we see news come out again, and we see it pump back on up towards some drawdown. All right, that's totally fine. I mean, at least right now, right? Things could change and it could carry on up. But with what I'm seeing right now and how this has been playing out, it is a little bit of a pullback coming on up, which happens, right? There's pullbacks, there's ups, there's downs. And then this current candle here, we see a nice top wick and, a nice little flip on the current candle. So that's looking pretty good right now. Things could change. It doesn't mean all that much right now, but, it definitely could look worse. So really all there is to do is just watch the trade play out, and we'll see what happens. All right. Yeah, we do have some resistance up in this area that is currently being respected. So that does look pretty good. Looking to the left, this is just a normal trend line breakout setup that I'd be looking for. And yeah, we just got to see if it's going to hold up. If it does, I do think we'll see a nice move. It comes back down to profit. I'll aim to go risk-free around this area here. If we can see it come back down towards here, that's when I'll pull my stop loss down towards my entry. All right. And then if it were to continue on down and break some support down in this area, then I'd probably start trailing my stop. All right. And then if it does start to look like it's going to flip on me at any point, like if we do see it come down and make a nice move again, and then it's like getting stuck at some support and starting to flip back up, then I might look to close out full. That is if we are good with this position, right? Things could just, not go right, and we could just see it come up and take me out, which if that happens is what it is on a losing streak. But, well, at least on stream, I'm on a losing streak. And, you don't love to see it, but you also can't let it get in the way, because it's very easy to let a downward spiral come out of anything like this. You go take a couple losses, question everything about your trading, and then it just gets worse, right? That's not the right thing to do. Yes, you want to learn and see where you're going wrong and see if there's anything you can do, or what's causing those problems, what's causing you to lose. For example, me on my trade yesterday that I lost, that was a me problem, right? I knew that there was news coming out, and I spaced it when I pressed enter. So that was that, right? You just try and take something away from your losses and try and improve upon that. And, that's all you can really do. Chat, I am thinking of changing the streaming schedule. I don't really know what to do for that. It's kind of tough just because of my trading style where it's more of these swing type positions or just longer term trades than quick in and out scalping positions. So it's not like if I want to show you guys my trade and have it play out, that results in me leaving the stream going. Ideally, I don't want to do that, but with what I'm doing with these trades, you know, if I want you guys to see it play out, that's kind of what happens. I'd like to just stream a couple. I probably won't stream Asian session too much anymore. I don't think I'm going to keep doing that. I've gone on and off over the last couple of years of streaming Asian session. Sometimes I like to do it, sometimes I don't. Generally, I sleep better at night when I'm not trading that session because, you know, I know that I'm not in a trade that I have to kind of let go and just trust is going to be good. I don't prefer to do that. I'm not opposed to doing that all the time. I'll do it in certain situations. I did it with this trade because it looked decent. But I'd rather not, depending on the circumstances. If I'm in some drawdown, I'd rather not. You know, it really would be a type of trade where I'm in profit that I'm more comfortable holding it overnight. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to stream Asian session too much more. Maybe I'll do some streams where I, you know, do some analysis and break down some different pairs and possible setups that I just won't take during that session because I'd rather just get a good night's sleep and wake up in the morning and do it. So that could be the plan. I'll keep you guys updated on that. And then for the New York session streams, I mean, I like doing it, but, you know, the trades end up dragging on. So it's not the most ideal with the streaming, but at the same time, I don't want to change what I'm doing, like in terms of my trading for the streams. So we'll see. I'll probably just make do. There are going to be times where I cut the stream and I'm still in a trade and, you know, I'll just end up keeping you guys updated off stream or when the next stream starts up. But yeah, I don't want to have my stream running all the time. Sometimes I will if I'm in a nice trade and it's playing out and, like, you know, I'm not opposed to just letting it run during the day sometimes, but most of the time I'm going to probably not do that too much moving forward. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. First thing that I'm probably going to change will be the Asian session streams. If I'm in a trade like this, you know, maybe I let it just play out on stream overnight, but that'll be circumstantial. It'll be depending on the trade and, you know, I guess just how I'm feeling. But overall, my intention is not going to be to trade Asian session as much anymore. All right. A little bit of an update for you guys. I just, yeah, I'm at that point where it's just, I don't need to be trading all day long. I mean, I'm not trading all day long, but I don't need to be intending on trading all day long, right? Like I'll hop on in the morning. That's good enough. Couple hours on the charts. That's all I need. And yeah, you know, Asian session does have some good opportunities and there are times where I like it and there are times where I prefer it, but just for where I'm at, like location wise, time wise, and just, it's just not worth it for me too much. So I'll keep you guys posted on that, as I said, but we'll see. We'll see. And for now, like I said, with this one, it's just a waiting game. We got a bit of a pullback here, which is totally fine right now, especially like it could have come up and taken us out. And, you know, we're seeing some resistance hold up so far. We're not in the clear by any means. Could come up even further, test some resistance even up higher, or maybe create a wick. We'll see. Time will tell, but I'm just going to wait patiently with this one and we'll see what happens. And in terms of me letting today's stream run all day long, I probably won't. I'll let it run for a little bit. We'll see what goes on. If it's just dragging on and not really moving anywhere, if it's moving sideways, we'll see. I mean, I'll keep you guys updated regardless in the Telegram. But yeah. This is what I'm looking for or expecting to see, you know. This is what I'd like to see for my position to be going pretty good. Obviously, this doesn't mean it can't still come up and take me out, right? That's just how things go. But this is what I'm looking to see. And if we can see this resistance hold up, then I would be looking to see that move come on down, which if I'm not in a trade, that could lead to a new entry. Since I am in a trade, I probably won't be looking for that entry. But that is there. And yeah, if it does carry on up, no buy for me. I mean, if I were looking on the lower time frames, there could be some sort of scalping type of entry, but not what I'm looking for really. So for me, there is not going to be a buy on this pair today, all right? Even if it comes up a ton. Well, yeah, most likely not today. If it were to break some higher resistance like up here, then I'd start to look for some buys, but I don't expect it to give me that kind of entry today, even if it were to push on up towards that level. So we'll see. I'll actually mark that up because why not, right? Yeah, up in this area, I'd want to see broken before looking for any buy. Okay. No buy for me unless this resistance breaks. Let's see what happens here, chat. Let's see what happens. Also, chat, I might start streaming trading, not the challenge, in addition to the challenge. I don't want to quit the challenge just because we've dwindled back down a little bit. Like, that's going to happen, and it could take 1 or 2 trades to get, most of the way back. So I'll keep going, but it's dragging on, and I'm not that enthused by it. Like, it's kind of boring. I'm trading $100. Like, it's not that exciting. The main reason I do it is to show you what it would look like realistically, or what it could look like realistically trading with $100 while keeping your risk, managed safer than as if you're just trying to flip that account quick and, risk the whole $100 to do it, which you can do. And if I'm honestly trying to flip $100, I mean, depending on my situation, like if it's my last $100, then I'm probably not doing this. But if I got, a little bit and I just want to throw $100 in a trading account and see if I can flip it, then I'm not risking 1% per trade. I'm not risking 2%. I'm risking 10, 20%. And that's because I just want to see if I can do it and I'm open to the higher risk, right? That's not necessarily the best way to grow a trading account of any size. Right now I'm doing it with a low risk approach. And we went up like 30% in like the first month or so, but then just took some losses. And yeah, I wasn't as excited about the challenge, and just honestly, my excitement dwindled. But, I'm going to keep trying to do it, stay enthusiastic about it, and try and stream the challenge a couple times a week. And we'll try and start making some more progress. Maybe I'll start to increase the risk and just get this going a little bit. Like, throw down 5-10% risk on a trade, just boost us up a little bit if possible. Sure, I can send me in the complete opposite direction, but I don't really care. Like, I want to see this move a little bit at least. Like, I want to just move the needle, and then we can carry on from there, right? Starting at $100, it's not the most exciting for me. So yeah, it is an interesting challenge to see what we can do with it. My approach trading $100 is a little bit different than it would otherwise be, just because, at least right now, because with low lots like this, a 0.01, I'm managing the trade possibly different than if I'm, entering a 2 or 3 lot trade and can secure partial profits and, just manage it a little bit differently. But we'll see, Chad. I'll keep you guys updated on that. I'm exhausted. I've slept terribly the last 3 days. Yeah, I'll keep you updated. I definitely will keep doing this, but maybe we'll try and keep it a little bit more exciting. Just jump back up a little bit ahead, keep the risk a bit higher. It is a $100 account, so I don't really care very much. I don't want to go completely crazy and just, risk half the account in one try, because that's gambling, right? The best trade setups, the cleanest trade setups you can see, can still lose, right? That, it's not a perfect science. So, you have to be able to manage your trade, and you have to be able to do, the best you can in that way, mentally as well. But yeah, I'm just not that enthused by it. It is good that, we can all see what this is looking like, and a lot of my audience is at that stage of having $100 or not even $100 to trade with. So that's kind of the perspective I wanted to give. And sure, you can grow it slowly, but it's going to take a long time, right? And it's not really where I'm at. I don't really need to grow a $100 account over time. So I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to start playing around a little bit and having more fun with it. I don't want to demonstrate bad trading habits at the same time. It's going to be a type of thing where it's like, keep in mind, I'm just trying to move this forward. This isn't necessarily exactly how I would do it. I'm not going to go crazy with it. Like I said, I'm going to kind of be in the middle where it's somewhat comfortable, and I'm still managing my risk in a safe way, to the point where I'm not going to blow the account in 2 or 3 trades. But I'm also not going to, risk 1% per trade. All right, maybe I'll up it to 5, up it to 10, in that range. I'm not going to get greedy with it. We'll see what the trade setup calls for. If it's a really clean setup that I like and it makes sense, maybe I'll increase it like that. If not, we'll keep it on the lower end. We'll see what happens. All right. But that'll be the plan. Yeah, I want to start making this a little bit more exciting. So yeah, updates on that coming probably next week. All right. I'm going to go down to the lower time frames, just take a look, see how it's going down there. So far, it's still holding up nicely. We got that nice top wick, and it looks like it's struggling to push on up further. You know, current 30 also giving us a top wick, so that's decent. All right, let's see what happens over the next little while. 15, no real top wick, looks like. We'll see. All right, chat. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. And like I said, if this does come up and take me out, my plan is going to be this. We have some resistance up here. I'm going to want to see if that resistance breaks or, you know, is tested and struggles to break through. We could see resistance tested lower than that. We could see it come up towards this level. Could even break slightly through and still kind of respect that resistance. So that's what I'm watching for. I want to see if we're going to see that rejection and come back down. If it does start to flip from there, that could be an entry opportunity up there. All right. If it breaks through, that could lead to a buy opportunity for me. I'm not hopping in a buy as we see that, but that could lead to a buy. All right. And I don't want to look for a buy personally until we see something like that. If we do see something like that. All right. But I still like the sell setup, right? It is coming up into some drawdown and testing some resistance, which is fine. But the setup's still valid, so I'm going to hold, right? I'll let it do its thing, and we'll go from there. Yeah, so we got some support down here, right? Bounced up at this support, coming up towards some resistance, which is where things are right now. We want to see this respected and then come back down. All right, chat, I'm going to be back in a bit. I'll keep you guys posted on this one. Just going to let this thing run, and we'll see how this starts to develop and play out. I do think we could see this go back into profit. If it doesn't, is what it is. We move forward, we look for the next trade, and maybe we up the risk a little bit, just because one, you know, even one trade with low risk like this could still get us, you know, quite a ways back from where we were. So upping the risk could, you know, give us a nice little boost on top of that if it goes well. If it doesn't, oh well again. Whatever, we're playing with $100, and I haven't been streaming as consistently for the last however many months because of this challenge. I'm just not as excited about it. And yeah, I'm just trading other accounts as well outside of this, and it is what it is. All right, I like the idea of it, but it's a time-consuming task, and I don't want it to be the main source of our trading here on the channel. So that'll change a little bit in the future, but either way, I want to let this thing run. And yeah, we'll go from here. We'll see what happens in the next trade. I will probably start to tweak things a little bit, up the risk a little bit, try and make a little bit more progress, or I guess the opposite of progress if it doesn't go well on this challenge. And we'll go from there. All right. Just want to make it a little bit more enjoyable, right? Not that bad trading habits are enjoyable, but, you know, upping the risk on a small account like this, it's not the end of the world, you know, at least with my intentions with this challenge, which is just to, well, I mean, initially it was to show good habits, which I still want to do. But we're never going to get moving if I don't up it a little bit, all right? Maybe once I get to like 50% in profit, which we were almost at, then I will start to increase it a little bit. Or sorry, then I'll start to decrease it a little bit, back down. All right, chat. Gonna let this thing run, play out, see what happens here, and I'll keep you guys updated. Make sure you guys join the free community. Start our 10-day challenge. Link is down below and in the chat. There you can learn some different things about getting started with your trading. There's also a great opportunity to chat with me and other members. And I will also be keeping members updated on the trade. I'll also be letting you guys know in the Telegram. So if you're in there, you can stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in a little bit. And yeah, let's watch this thing run.